Hello friends, this is Dr. Supriya Chogule and today we are going to discuss about types of audit. There are many types of audit, but in this lecture some of the important types which in your syllabus are covered and mentioned that we are going to discuss today. The first one type of audit is statutory audit. Statutory audit is also called as external audit. A statutory audit is a legally required review of accuracy of the company's or government's financial statement and records. That means statutory audit is compulsory. It is an legal requirement, and here in the statutory audit the main aim is that the company's or government's financial statement and records are reviewed accurately. The purpose of statutory audit is to determine whether an organization provides a fair and accurate presentation of its financial position by examining information such as bank balance, bookkeeping records, and financial transactions. So, the main objective of statutory audit is to determine whether the organization is going to provide fair and accurate presentation of its financial position through its records, financial records especially. The term statutory audit denotes that the audit is required by statute. Statutory means what? Which is binded by statute or mandatory by statute. Statute means a law or regulation enacted by the legislative branch of the organization's associated government. Statute can be enacted at multiple levels including federal, state or municipal. In business, a statute also refers to any rule set by the organization's leadership team or board of directors. Some of the key points which should be noted in relation with the statutory audit. A statutory audit is a legally required review of the accuracy of a company's or government's financial statements and records. An audit is an examination of records held by an organization, business, government, entity, or individual, which involves the analysis of financial records or other areas. The purpose of a financial audit is often to determine if funds were handled properly and that all required records and filings are accurate. Firms that are subject to audit include public companies, banks, brokerage, investment firms, and insurance companies. Friends, some of the important aspects that we need to remind ourselves regarding statutory audit. Statutory audit is also called as external audit. Statutory audit is done by independent chartered accountant who is not in any way connected with the organization, who is an external person, or by the organization like partnership firm of chartered accountants where all the partners are CA. That is the first requirement. By the end of every accounting year or financial year, the organizations like companies, limited companies, insurance companies, cooperative societies, banks, or charitable trust, such organization has required to complete the statutory audit, that is external audit. The main intention of the statutory audit is whether to check that as per the statute in relation with the organization, the financial statements are providing true and accurate information of the financial records. So this is what the intention is behind statutory audit. Now we are going to discuss the internal audit. Internal audit evaluate a company's internal controls, including its corporate governance and accounting process. Friends, there is a main difference between internal and external audit. That is, in external audit or statutory audit, all the financial statements are going to be reviewed with the intention whether true and fair view is presented from its financial record. Whereas in internal audit, The main intention is to evaluate company's internal controls, including its corporate governance and accounting process. This audit ensures compliance with laws and regulations and help to maintain accurate and timely financial reporting data collection. Because of this audit, it can be assured that we can check the accounting or financial reports are in compliance with laws and regulation and those are accurate. Internal audit also provide management with the tools necessary to attain operational efficiency by identifying problems and correcting lapses before they are discovered in an external audit. Friends, in external audit, suppose if any problem or any mistake or any fraud is to be detected, the auditor is not going to forgive the organization regarding that mistake. The auditor is going to mention all these things in his report. Because of that auditor's behavior or his prompt opinion, though it is helpful for the other people to know about accuracy of the record, but the organization may suffer in a negative way or in an adverse way. Therefore, to get prepared for the external audit, the internal audit helps to the management as well as to all the employees. Internal audit may take place on daily, weekly, monthly, or annual basis. See, there is no such kind of compulsion that at the end of the year internal audit must be conducted. Okay, we can conduct internal audit daily, weekly, monthly, and annually also. Some departments may be audited more frequently than others as per the requirement and its importance. Some department may be audited more frequently, that means more times. For example, a manufacturing process may be audited on a daily basis for quality control, while the human resource department might only be audited once in a year. Audits may be scheduled to give managers time to gather and prepare the required documents and information, or they may be surprised, especially if unethical or illegal activity is suspected. If suppose management wants to know that whether any unethical or illegal activity is going on in the organization, immediately the audit can be taken place as per the requirement. And because of this audit, the management is going to get assurance about the working of the organization, whether it is properly or not. Some of the key points to remember regarding internal audit: an internal audit offers risk management and evaluates the effectiveness of a company's internal controls, corporate governance, and accounting process. Internal audits provide management and board of directors with a value-added service where flaws in a process may be caught and corrected prior to external audit. This is the benefit of internal audit, that we can get continuous review about operational activities. Secondly, if any fraud or mistake is or error is taken place, immediately actions are possible. We need not to wait until the end of the year. And thirdly, we can get prepared for the external audit also. Scope of internal audit. Some of the points here mentioned for the scope of internal audit. It safeguards the assets. Economical and efficient use of resources is possible because of internal audit. Reliability and integrity of information is also possible. Accomplishment of established objectives and goals for operations and programs are going to be seen whether those are accomplished or not. Now we are going to discuss about tax audit. Under section 44AB of the Income Tax Act 1961, provision of income tax audit is covered. Income tax audit is a way to examine an individual's organization tax returns by any outside agency. So here only focus is given on the tax procedure, income tax audit done to verify all income and get the deduction information or about expenditure incurred. To do tax audit is mandated as per the provisions of Income Tax Act. This act states that all the taxpayers are required to do an audit of all accounts of their business or organization. Some of the key points to be remembered regarding tax audit. As per section 44AB, the audit aim is to ascertain the factual veracity of returns filed and the accomplishment of other requirements as per applicable rules. The chartered accountant performing tax audit is required to do the submission of all its findings and observation in the form of audit report. The audit report is given as per format available in the form numbers 3CA/3CB and 3CD. If there is a proper system why audit is to be conducted and what is the intention behind tax audit, whether there is a proper system of doing tax audit, and then it becomes possible for all businesses to do maintenance of books of accounts and other revenue or expense record properly. Proper tax audit ensures that total income and claims for deduction should be correctly and accurately done by the businessman. The chances of fraudulent practices reduce with the tax audit. Tax laws help in facilitating the administration of tax laws with proper presentation of accounts in front of tax authorities. It also saves loads of time of assessing officers who are engaged in carrying out routine verification. So these were some of the benefits as well as some important points regarding tax audit. Now we are going to see cost audit. Actually, what is meant by cost? Cost is the aggregate of expenditure on any produce. A cost audit represents the verification of cost accounts and checking on the adherence to cost accounting plan. So main intention behind cost audit is verification of cost accounts and checking whether the cost is incurred according to the cost planning. Cost audit ascertains the accuracy of cost accounting records to ensure that they are in conformity with cost accounting principles, plans, procedure and objectives. Friends, we know that there are branches of accounting. First is financial accounting branch, second is cost accounting, third is management accounting, fourth is social responsibility accounting, and fifth is tax accounting. So every branch has some of the procedures and rules and regulations. So as per where the manufacturing process is going on, there is cost accounting. So according to the cost accounting rules, whether the cost accounts are prepared or not, and cost control is there, or as per the accounting plan, the cost is incurred, cost accounts are properly prepared, records are prepared according to or in conformity of the accounting records or accounting regulations or accounting guidelines, that all things are going to be ensured in cost audit. It includes verification of cost accounting records such as the accuracy of the cost accounts, cost reports, cost statements, cost data and costing technique. So what is done in the cost audit? Verification of cost accounting record is done. In verification, accuracy of cost account is checked, cost reports are checked, cost statements are checked, cost data is checked and costing technique is going to be verified. Secondly, examination of these records ensure that they adhere to the cost accounting principle, plans, procedure and objective. To report to government on optimum utilization of natural resources. We know that there is a scarcity of resources, especially natural resources are not renewable. Okay, once they are lost, so again they cannot be reproduced. Therefore, there is a need that we should optimum use it. So if we are using any natural resources, there is a need that we should report to government that we are doing it optimum use. So which points are going to be verified in the cost audit? Then audit of materials is to be done, audit of labor is done, audit of overheads is done, audit of plant and stock is to be done in the cost audit. Now we are going to discuss management audit. In management audit, the evaluation of managerial abilities and techniques is carried out. So in management audit, the focus is on what the management is exactly going on in the organization, and the managerial abilities, their evaluation is made, and which techniques are carried out, their evaluation is also made. The various plans prepared by management, its policies, programs, procedure, their audit is management audit. So management audit is focusing on the plans made by management, its policies, programs, procedure and actual implementation. So all these management related things are going to be audited. It is popularly known as operational management or efficiency audit. The accounting kept for managerial purpose are called management accounting. As we have earlier discussed that there are branches. One of the branches is management accounting, where the management takes decisions, and to arrive at a decision there is a need of statements, and those statements are prepared in the management accounting. For example, budgets, break-even analysis, variance analysis. So all these are managerial accounting technique. Whether those techniques are applied properly as per the accounts or management accounting rules, accounting is made or not, that is going to be evaluated in management audit. The detailed study by the management of various aspects of business is also known as management audit. Now, why there is a need to conduct the management audit when we have statutory audit, internal audit and so on? Then all levels of management efficiency and effective evaluation is management audit. Here auditor studies from top to bottom every aspect of a business to justify the healthy management, administration and organization. We know that administration takes the decision, management applies those decisions. Okay, and efficiency of the organization is depending on the decisions and its implementation. Therefore, there is a need of evaluation of all those things. Therefore, management audit is conducted. Some of the objectives: management audit checks whether organization has achieved its main objective or not, whether organization is following rules and regulations of Industrial Development and Regulation Act, whether the organization structure is satisfactory, whether recruitment and selection procedure is according to the policies, whether the morale of the employee is high, whether two-way system of communication is effectively implemented or not, MIS they are using or not, or whether it is effectively used. MIS means Management Information System. The return on capital employed is reasonable. What is the position of return on capital employed compared to the other competitive companies? What is the total share of organization in marketing system? What is the relationship of organization with external sources of trade organization? These are some of the important objectives which are going to be achieved in management audit. So friends, today we have learned and discussed statutory audit, internal audit, tax audit, cost audit and management audit. If further explanation is required, please reply or leave message on our WhatsApp group. Again, we are going to discuss all these points in our last lecture of the first topic. Actually, this is the last point of the first topic. Therefore, the next lecture will be review of the first topic. Okay. So if any lecture is skipped by you, please go to my channel and check all the videos. Jot down the points in your notebook if you feel necessary. After the review of the first lecture, or if any queries, doubts are there, we'll conduct a test on the first topic. So please go through all the PPTs and all the lectures. Be prepared. We can conduct the test in the next week. Okay. Thank you.